Imagine this. It's the first morning of 2026. You wake up, grab your phone, and open your banking app. There's no investment portfolio, no stocks, no crypto, no retirement account quietly compounding in the background. Just a paycheck, one that barely covers rent, a few bills, and maybe some debt that never seems to shrink. You scroll the news. Interest rates are still high. AI is replacing entire job categories. Housing prices look completely disconnected from reality, and everyone online seems either rich or pretending to be. This is the moment most people mentally give up. They decide, the system is broken. I'm too late. Building wealth was only possible 10 years ago. But here's the truth most people never hear. If I had to start from absolute zero in 2026, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't panic. I'd feel confident. Because while technology changes, headlines change, and markets swing wildly, the fundamentals of money have not changed. Compounding still works. Market cycles still repeat. And human behavior still causes people to make the same financial mistakes over and over again. That's why 2026 isn't a bad time to start. It's actually a clean slate. Today, I'm going to walk you through the exact roadmap I'd follow to go from zero to your first $100,000, and eventually to seven figures. No hype, no shortcuts, no influencer nonsense. Just a math-backed path that has worked for decades. We'll break it into 4 clear phases. The clean up the safety net the investment engine the wealth accelerator. I'm not selling anything at the end of this video. The only thing I ask is your attention. And if you want clear, realistic money strategies, subscribe. Let's start with the biggest mistake people make when they're broke. Most people believe they can invest their way out of bad financial habits. They ask questions like, should I buy stocks? Is crypto still early? What's the next big opportunity? While sitting on credit cards charging 18 to 25% interest, they tell themselves, the market averages 10% a year, so I'll still come out ahead. That logic is broken. Trying to invest while carrying high-interest debt is like filling a bathtub with the drain wide open. If you have high-interest debt, your net worth isn't zero. It's negative, and until that's fixed, investing won't save you. Here's why this matters. Paying off a credit card charging 20% interest is the same as earning a guaranteed, risk-free 20% return. There is no stock market strategy that can safely beat that. Let's put numbers on it. If you owe $5,000 at 24% interest and only make minimum payments, you'll often end up paying close to double over time. That's thousands of dollars quietly burned. Money that could have been compounding for your future instead. So if I'm starting from scratch, I'm not an investor yet. I'm a debt eliminator. I list every balance I owe, sorted by interest rate from highest to lowest. Then I attack the most expensive debt first while paying minimums on the rest. This is called the avalanche method. And yes, it works. I cut subscriptions, sell things I don't use, redirect every extra dollar toward killing that debt, not casually, urgently, because here's the part no one talks about. Debt doesn't just drain your money, it drains your confidence. When you owe money, you avoid risks, you stay in jobs you hate, you don't negotiate pay, you play defense in life. Getting out of debt isn't just financial freedom, it's mental freedom. Once that weight is gone, we move to phase 2. Most people go straight from debt to investing, and most people end up panic selling because life always intervenes. Your car breaks down, a medical bill shows up, a family emergency hits, or you lose your job. And if all your money is invested, especially during a market downturn, you're forced to sell at the worst possible time. That's how people erase years of progress. This is why, before I invest a single dollar, I build a cash buffer, not as an investment, as protection. I aim for 3 to 6 months of bare minimum expenses. Rent, food, utilities, transportation. This money lives in a high-yield savings account or money market fund. Nothing fancy, nothing risky. People hate this step because it feels slow, but what it really does is remove fear. When you have cash set aside, market crashes don't scare you, don't make emotional decisions, you don't sell at losses. Instead, downturns become opportunities. This safety net is the invisible difference between people who build wealth and people who quit halfway once it's in place. Now we build the engine. Most beginners try to diversify too early. They buy a few stocks, some crypto, a little gold, whatever an app recommends. This doesn't protect you. It just slows you down. Then there's the stock-picking fantasy. Everyone wants to find the next big winner. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Even professional fund managers, with teams of analysts, fail to beat the market long-term. Over 90% underperform simple index funds. So the goal isn't to beat the market. The goal is to own the market. Broad, low-cost index funds let you capture overall economic growth. Historically, that's around 10% per year over time. That average return is what quietly builds millionaires. It's boring, and boring works. My approach is simple. About 90% of my investments go into broad market index funds. U.S. total market international exposure. This is the core. Then I keep 10% as fund money. If I want to try individual stocks, crypto, risky ideas, it goes there. If it fails, no damage. If it wins, bonus. This satisfies curiosity without destroying your future. But how you invest matters just as much as where you invest. You can earn great returns and still lose tens of thousands of taxes. Most beginners invest in regular brokerage accounts. Every gain gets taxed. Every dividend gets taxed. Over decades, this silently eats your wealth. The government actually gives you legal ways to grow money tax-free or tax-deferred. You just have to use them. Here's the order I follow. First, contribute to a 401k up to the employer match. That's free money. Second, max out a Roth IRA. Your money grows and is withdrawn tax-free. Third, if available, use an HSA for triple tax benefits. Then go back and increase 401k contributions. Only after those are filled do I use a taxable account. This alone can mean keeping tens of thousands more over your lifetime. You can only cut expenses so much, but there's no ceiling on income. Skipping coffee won't make you rich. Increasing your income will. Side hustles help short-term, but real acceleration comes from upgrading your main skill set. Skills that raise your earning power. Tech sales, data management, communication. Even a $20,000 raise compounds for decades through raises, investments, and benefits. My rule is simple. Spend 1 hour a day learning a valuable skill. In 6 months, use it to negotiate higher pay or land a better role. This is how everything speeds up. If I woke up broke in 2026, this is exactly what I'd do.
1. Eliminate high-interest debt. 2. Build a 3-6-month emergency fund. 3. Use tax-advantaged accounts. 4. Invest mainly in low-cost index funds. 5. Continuously increase my income.
No shortcuts, just proven fundamentals. It's not flashy, but it works. If you disagree or have your own strategy, drop in the comments. I read them all. And if this helped you, subscribe for more real-world money breakdowns. Thanks for watching.